3. I'm up on the forward mast where the 2 original air horns are mounted. They have been the voice of this ship since 1955. They've been silent for way too long. We're gonna get them down and see if we can't bring them back to life and give this ship its voice.
Thank you, Vanpowers, for sponsoring this video.
Looking at how this is going to come off, a couple of the bolts are broken. Everything's, well, pretty deteriorated as far as the aluminum around where the bolts are. Can't get a grinder in to cut the head of this bolt off, so we may end up having to come underneath and just take a thin sliver with a sawzall to get to that steel, and then remachine those feet so it sits level. That's what we're going to start with. See where we go from there. I was able to get the air horn down. I went with the method that I had discussed with the sawzall, and I was able to cut the bolts, but all the feet had disintegrated, so they fell off. We're gonna have to find a way to repair that.
How much more corroded could this horn possibly be before we just decided to give up and get a new horn? Nearly every piece on this horn would have to be disassembled, and every piece on this horn had corrosion problems. Today I'm back on the ship's horn, and I've got a lot of work to do before I can actually reassemble this thing and put it back into place and make some noise with it. It's been a huge challenge. Since the moment we took this thing off, all of the feet fell off because they were completely rotted away, and we had some broken areas. Whoever maintained this thing put it together with mild steel bolts instead of stainless, and of course they corroded, and it created electrolysis, and it busted a whole bunch of stuff. And we had to weld all that stuff. Typically, somebody would have thrown this thing away and got a new horn, but since this is probably the horn that was original with this ship, we decided we're gonna do whatever it takes to restore this thing, put it back into place, and make it work. A few days ago, one of our friends and crew member got a hold of me and said, I'd love to take a shot at welding those feet on. And of course, I'm all for that because we've tried so many other things. I've bought this stuff from Harbor Freight. It's called aluminum weld rods, and I guess it doesn't really weld. It's just like almost a glue that you melt on. It's like a braze, I guess. So we tried this and we couldn't get everything hot enough. It just wouldn't stick very well. We could get them to work on other things, but this cast aluminum, it just didn't do very well on. So we were going to save this project for another time. We put it away, and I'm really glad that he got a hold of us because we're anxious to finish this horn.
Hi guys, so I'm here at my shop, and I'm going to be working on this horn for Chris on the Aurora. Well, this thing is pretty corroded, so I'm gonna have to cut these areas off where the legs bolted down to the mast. Cut me some blocks out of this aluminum, re-drill the hole, weld it all on so he can mount it. All the oils actually before you weld. Clean it up all real good. So.
that is it for that piece.
That's it.
Joe did a great job welding on the feet, but they're still rough. This is kind of how it should look over here. This is a almost finished, almost carved out foot. And we still haven't drilled the mounting hole in. This one here, however, needs cut away and shaped, and then a hole drilled into it. So that's going to be quite a bit of work. And then where they assemble here, this is one of the places that they actually use the mild steel bolts, and they screwed it up bad. These are all still filled with a lot of corrosion, and this one actually broke off. So we cut it away and welded a piece of aluminum into place here. It did the same thing on the other piece. So we're gonna cut both of these away today, and we're gonna do all of the work today with solar power. We're gonna take our energy from the sun using the Vanpowers Super Power Pro portable power station. This is what we're going to use all day to work with. Every bit of power that we need out here, we're going to use this power station, and we're going to start right now. The Vanpowers Super Power Pro is a 2,000 watt portable power station that'll handle up to a 3,000 watt surge, and it's compatible with most all home devices. And it comes with a whole slew of the most usable accessories. If that's not cool enough, this power station will charge from 0 to 100% in just over an hour. The lithium ion phosphate battery has a whopping 10 years lifespan and up to 6,000 charge and discharge cycles before it starts to lose power. With the Super Power Pro, you can charge up to 14 devices at the same time. And one of my personal favorite features, with the Smart app, your phone lets you control every aspect of this power station via Wi-Fi. With the easy-to-understand front control panel, anyone can be an expert on how to use this power station in just minutes. With the optional high-quality solar panels, this power station is an off-grid dream. Would you like to know more about this awesome little power station and how you could get yours? Check out the link in the description below. So I have an angle grinder. I have a series of flap discs. I have 36 grit for shaping. I got 60 grit for smoothing, and then I have a whole stack of cutting discs, and we're going to need all of these because cutting discs don't do very well on aluminum. They clog up and then they break really easy. Anyway, I'm going to go ahead and get started. We're going to put a cutting wheel on this thing, and we're going to start shaping these feet up. This is where we're at. We have a big weld right here. I just cut this whole thing off, so now we need to shape it to make it look exactly like the rest of it.
Hey everybody, it's David, crew member Dave. Out here visiting Chris. I got another project downstairs.
Unfortunately, this is going to be a couple of days worth of work in order to get these things polished up and ready to put back together. I have to clean these holes out, and then I have to clean off all of the corrosion, get rid of everything that's on here, and actually I have an acid etch that I'm going to put on this to clean it all off, and that should take care of it. But there's quite a bit of work that needs to be done. Today, I'm going to go ahead and cut these things out like I did to this side, but then we're going to take them back over to Joe and have him do a couple of little spot fills on these things just to make them absolutely perfect. So far, the Vanpowers Super Power Pro has been living up to their reputation. This thing's, I've been using it all day from 100%, now it's down to 36%, and we're gonna take that and finish this off. So I'm gonna probably be able to do nearly an entire job of cutting everything that I needed to do off from this box. And I would have had to run a generator almost all day. It would have taken about 4 gallons of gas, and you know, right now gas is pretty expensive, so that's pretty good. So this thing is working out great. That's why I'm really into this. I'll just stick it on the solar panel on the next sunny day, charge this thing back up, and I can use it for another day. One down. So unfortunately, we couldn't finish this project in a day. It's going to take probably a couple of more days to get it to where I can actually prime it and paint it. The wind's starting to pick up, the weather's starting to change. I can feel it happening right now, and I can definitely see the clouds coming in. And it's gonna be a nasty couple of days. We're gonna have up to 60-mile-per-hour gusts, which sometimes equals even more than 60 miles per hour. And of course, we always have problems when there's a big storm. Maybe I'll catch a little bit of this next storm to show you what I'm talking about. We're also going to be giving away a whole bunch of the new t-shirts that just came out. All you have to do is comment what's your favorite thing about the Aurora restoration projects in the comments below, and our crew is going to pick out the best answers. We'll get a hold of you and send you a t-shirt if your answer's awesome.